Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third episode of the CSM podcast.
The year 2025 is the Classical School of the Meads' 25th silver anniversary. On this special occasion, today we're hosting our father, the founder of the Classical School of the Meads, Mr. Yusuf. Good evening, Mr. Yusuf.
Good evening, Ms. Noor, Ms. Farah.
My dad.
Yeah.
The first question that many people are wondering about is, why did you open the Classical School of the Meads?
Classical School of the Meads has been started in my mind at the end of 1999. And then the main issue when you, my girls, with your brother, going to public school, but I wasn't satisfied enough with the level of education. So I found myself, maybe I can do something better than what you were getting at the time. So I believe the proof is there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A question that people always ask is, why did you call this school Meads School?
Meads, M-E-D-E-S, is different than M-E-D-I-A, which is, as everybody sometimes confusing between this and that. The main reason is M-E-D-E-S was the ancestors of the Kurdistan, of the Kurdish people in Kurdistan. It was a big nation and used to live north of Tigris to Zagros Mountains. So all that nation, as the ancestors, within the history, the biggest, whom they have a great influence, language, culture, relationship, and as ancestors for the common Kurdistan, Kurdish people today. So I feel proud historically that the Meads, M-E-D-S, is to keep carrying that title ahead.
Mm-hmm. I will go one step back, and you mentioned that you started the school with your children, and
Yes.
that was my brother and I.
Yes.
So did we earn the American diploma, the first CSM American diploma?
That's what, from at the beginning, as Kurdistan and with the KRG, as they started to develop different sectors in the country or in Kurdistan, in the province, then I found myself, I can be engaged with the government just to carry kind of educational rules in this case. And then when I submitted my request to the Minister of Education, and then we start to go, wide questions, so many questions, answers, and so then when provided all the documentation, the government has been, decide to change the rules through the parliament just to start such kind of education. And then with the providing the American diploma, that's, you can say, the crown of all the effort that I did. I worked on with the people, with my friends, as well as, of course, family members. I feel, yes, it is worth all the time and tiredness, yes.
Yeah. The supporters that we've had for many years.
Yes.
And they were with us from the beginning of the establishment of the Classical School of the Meads.
Yes.
Do you believe there's any credit to be given to our supporters first when establishing the Classical School of the Meads?
Well, I will say the supporters, I can say in two different groups. Group number one, the internationals, the Americans, whom they supported me with all documentation that I needed to go to court, to go to the Minister of Education, to go to the Parliament, to go to the Minister Office, and then, which is the Sarok at that point, which is immediately they agreed about it, of course. Without them, we cannot just get any paper from America like that. So they became intermediate, and they introduced me as the educator to be in Kurdistan, to carry that burden, and according to my personal reputation, trustworthy to give me that authorization. Since then, and the other side is our KRG government. When I went there to the government and I showed them all my documentation, I appreciated, they start to ask questions and then to improve the papers and the permissions one after one, which is I'm proud for both groups, our government in Kurdistan, plus our friends in the United States of America.
Yeah. Would you share with us a very special time or moment in the history of CSM that makes you the proudest?
Well, we went through, to change the way of thinking about education from public school. And this is CSM is the first international school in Kurdistan. It's a little bit struggle to do, to accomplish that point. But again, after so many years, the students, they went from one grade to the other, and then their final grade, then they earned their American diploma, then they earned their even bachelor. I feel proud when I'm traveling, sometimes in America, sometimes in Europe, in UK, and so on. Then I find myself sitting at the airport and some young gentleman is coming to me. Hi, Mr. Yusuf. Are you recognizing me? I'm looking at him, a wonderful gentleman. Remind me, please. Yes, I used to be your student in such and such year. Or and then, what are you doing here? Well, I'm doing my postgraduates on architect engineering. The other one, a pharmacist. Then the other one is studying for his board on medicine. So at that point, I feel, like my children, they run in my garden for 12 years from grade 1 or 14 years from K2. And then I will feel proud. 14 years running at my home, and then I can see them today, running for their postgraduate degrees. So that's really, I'm proud of this.
I bet. I mean, hard work of 12 years.
Yeah.
You see our graduates or students walking around and knowing us. That definitely makes us proud.
Yeah.
How is the Classical School of the Medes different than other schools?
Well, this is very important. If I will go back to your first question, I will add something about, I wasn't satisfied about the level of education. That's why I chose, the Classical School of the Medes started as a family action, more than project, more than business, more than making money, more than occupying this and that. Really, it's just how to help my children to earn a good level of education. And then when neighbors, friends, cousins, and so on, what about my kid? What about my daughter? What about my son? And then the ideas start to be grown, okay? And through that, you will find the school has been established. And today, our struggle, it's not the issue of, to have, because we got more than 20 years now, 25 years now, we have enough experience, if it's with people, with students, or with our system, honestly. But what it make it different, we are not just thinking about, okay, my kids is going to learn English language, as I'm hearing many others. They would say, my son can speak in English. Honestly, anywhere, anything you can use today, you can learn English through your telephone, through your computer. You do not need a school if the English language is your target. But honestly, no. My target is how to help the soul of those new generation to understand life. It's tough. Life is important. That what you need to do is not just to fill your brain with physics, math, biology, but as well as, how to fill your actions with good deeds, with honest, with how to help you, not just yourself, not just but your family, but how to help your nation. This is, I will call it, the soul in their human being life, or in the human being life. Then how we will help them through, not just to help my brother or my cousin, but how to help nobody that no relationship with. This case is just to add it besides whatever scientific subjects or mathematic or humanity subjects.
I feel this is a discussion we've heard before at the kitchen table many times for several years. So, and that's why I smile. I mean, I want all the families and students to hear it from you, since both Farah and I have heard it since we were small children.
Right.
To finish today, to sum it up, what message would you like to send to our younger CSM graduates and smaller children?
Well, I will say life is so short. I will give an advice: catch the train before you will miss your station. Be serious, be humble, listen, and then obey those things. And you need to have enough knowledge, not just scientifically, but and educationally, but even culturally. Respect what you earned from your older generation, fathers, relatives, grandpa. I am a grandpa. Then I like to teach those new kids that I have visiting me at home every day. So in this case, it's don't miss the opportunity. Don't miss the point. Those, they are giving you, the cap, the crown of their life through certain advice. Don't miss it.
Well, thank you. I've
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed your talk today.
Thank you for having enough time to spend with us today to record this podcast. Thank you, Ms. Noor. I actually just realized in this podcast that I am the first graduate of the 16 generations
Yeah.
who've received the CSM, the American Diploma. It's such an honor. If you have any questions or concerns about the Classical School of the Medes, about graduation, about our history, we're very pleased to answer through our social media. And let's meet you on our 4th episode. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.